it's that time of the month where we take a look at my roster and do roster review. But we're going to bring in my favorite, Valley Fly-In. What's up, my guy?
I love this time of the month.
You love this time of the month? We always say that. That joke never gets old. How's it going, my guy?
Never, and it never will, my friend.
All right, so we did this on your channel. We're going to take a look at my channel, my roster on this, and you're going to just ask me questions about it, what we're upgrading, what we're doing. And I think this is a good video because what it is if you're able to take a look at our save squads, you're able to see our Blitz rotations, what we're doing for Blitz. Also, the characters that I'm focusing, I believe, are the ones to focus on now because of the massive power creep. This game is taking a weird turn, right?
Yeah, ever since Silver Surfer, it's not really creeping anymore. I mean, everybody's been calling it leaping, and I think that's pretty accurate ever since that Silver Surfer release.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a total collection power of 16 million. Woo!
Look at that, man. Someone's been wailing.
Yeah. I have a budget. I have a monthly budget, and actually, so on the 7th every month, I look at what I've spent, and I try to keep it in line, and I have been keeping it with my monthly budget. Amazon Coins is helped a lot because I do one. Link is in the description. Sponsored by Amazon Coin. I do one purchase a month, and that's all I get for the month. And it's been a great system, and I've been saving over $100 a month from Amazon Coin, so that's great. But then I do not. I just like right now. I got 3 days to make whatever I have left over last. And that's fine, because then I know exactly. And then I'm having a fixed amount that I've spent, and it's worked out great. Other thing too, you always ask me how many days I played the game, right?
Yeah, that's always a fun thing to look at because we started at similar times. You started like 45 days before me or so.
Yeah, well, and I took a break off too. So I've played for 1,272 days. So there we go, right?
Goodness.
Yeah,
that's a long time.
Well, because I got this weird email. Like you heard this story about where the game was in soft launch, and I sent a message to customer support saying, "Hey, I make YouTube videos. I live near you guys. It'd be great if the community manager could reach out to me." And they sent me a message back, a bot message saying, "We do not approve of you making YouTube videos. Please stop."
I did hear this. I didn't know you talked about this publicly. But you did tell me about this before.
Yeah. They sent me. So they had my buddy Seaton was friends with one of the main guys over there, and the guy goes, "Oh, that was an error. That was just a bot. Just ignore that. Please make videos." And then so me and Seaton went out there a couple times.
No publicity from you at all. Stop it.
And so I actually stopped playing the game because of that. I just well, if they don't want me to make YouTube videos, and they're gonna. Because it's a weird thing. It's like, man, if they're going to be, because at the time, Galaxy of Heroes was being horrible to content creators. It's like, man, if this game was going to do the same thing, well, fine, have it your way, right? There's other games,
Heck, I would still be playing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes if I didn't see your video on Strikeforce.
I know, right?
That prompted me to come over and start to play this game. So
yeah, and now we're making videos of Future Revolution, right? There we go. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
All right, let's see your characters. Let's see your Infinity Watch. What have you done with your Infinity Watch?
Let's talk about what I've got hearted. And why I've got them hearted. Adam Warlock is hearted because I'm trying to get him to ISO 19,000, right?
Oh yes.
Yes.
Only a few more weeks. Maybe by the next roster video, you'll have 5.
Next week, the patch the availability of green ISO should double, right? With
this week.
Just a couple days from now. Yeah, a couple days from now. Moondragon, I want to take higher just because I'm pretty much putting everything. Infinity Watch is my largest team right now, bigger than Black Order. Yeah, it's larger than Black Order. Yeah, good. It's because it's broken, right? And multiple man, why is he here? He's farmable. Beast is farmable. Polaris is farmable. And so is Yelena. Okay, and then and I'll get to Magneto here in a second. Colleen and Misty are on.
What are you building up for?
Okay. Here's the deal. Adam Warlock. Eventually, at some point, I'm going to run out of places to get ISO. Right? There's only I have 3 out of the 4.
Yes.
Then my goal is to take broken characters only up to ISO 4 for war, and these two are in that broken character, so I will take them to ISO 4 because of the war bonuses that are supposedly incoming, not this patch but probably next patch, where The super duper war bonuses are going to be effect for characters that are war ready when they're at ISO-4. So I'm taking the broken character. So you said broken characters. Silver Surfer on.
Yes.
Colleen and Misty are in that category of broken character. So and
that's just mean to your war opponents though by building them that high.
well, it forces them to use Infinity Watch, and a lot of people ask me Infinity Watch on offense or defense, and I know my answer. And first of all, there's not a straight answer, right? How would you answer that question? And then I'll tell you my answer. I'm just curious. It was someone asked because you get asked this before. Infinity Watch, war, or defense? What do you say?
Well, I guess it really depends on your alliance. And I asked my alliance leader in my previous alliance, and what his answer to me was, he would rather have a solid guaranteed win than a few defensive wins.
Right.
And that was his answer. But I guess it would depend on the strategy your alliance is employing.
Yeah, I'm going to say that like 80% of the people probably should be putting Infinity Watch on offense. I think unless your job is to hold a global room and your job is you're the biggest person in your alliance and they put you in whatever barracks or something, right? You know, something important, right? One of those global rooms. I don't. Everybody else probably should have them on offense. I'm gonna guess. I mean, that's the direction my alliance leadership gave. Is like, hey, you're not in that. You're not in an important defensive room. You need to win always. Put this guy. You know, you need to be able to clear an Infinity Watch mirror match. And there's a video out there of a 680K Infinity Watch taking out 1 million on defense. So,
oh my goodness, I didn't know they got that big.
Yes, so there's a video out there by Rebecca.
Goodness.
Big shout out to Rebecca. She gave me the video. I wasn't planning on talking about it in this video, but yeah, what are you gonna do if your opponent has 1 million defensive Infinity Watch? You better have your Infinity Watch ready, or you're gonna lose. Yeah, just cry.
Lose the war.
Lose the war. Yeah. So this is rather than that, I'm saving these people for offense. And my suggestion. And I believe we talked about this in your video, is there is 6 characters that I think most people should be focusing on. The 4 Infinity Watch sisters, Moondragon, Gamora, Nebula, Phyla. If you have those 4, run, don't walk, only upgrade those 4 characters, Kestrel and Silver Surfer. That's it.
Yep.
The power creep on those 6 characters. Dude, if you can focus just on those 6 characters right now, how much of your gameplay and game modes is going to be satisfied? Almost... I mean, they can play in, dude, the 4 sisters can auto their DD4 nodes. On auto, all 3 nodes. All 3 nodes on autoplay. Probably should put a video up on it. I did it the other day.
How big do you have to have their red and gold stars for that to happen, though, in their ISO-8? Because obviously we need their level 80 gear 15 for that to happen. But what do we need as far as the rest of it?
That's a great question, and I don't know the exact answer.
Okay.
But here's the thing. A lot of people are going to say, well, my Kestrel is only X stars, like 4 stars. My Moondragon's only 5 stars. It doesn't matter. They're better. You understand, right? Am I right on this? I'm right on this. It doesn't matter.
I never said Silver Surfer. These are different characters.
They're on another level, and it doesn't matter if you've got them at 4 stars or 5 stars. They are better than all the other characters, and the only thing I don't think you can do is Doom Raids. Doom Raids requires...
You need a bunch of characters for the Doom Raids, and I would also build up Doom for the Doom Raids because he has a double tag, but every other game mode, Arena, War, your major matches, Real-Time Arena, those are the characters that are dominant right now.
Okay, so let's go over ISO-8 and T4 on this team, right? Because that's the hot topic.
All right.
I'm putting... luxury. I'm at the point where I'm putting luxury T4s onto this team. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
So what would you say are the required T4s for Adam?
Adam, his passive.
That's it. Everything else is luxury.
The other 2 are damage and some convenience things. And it's just I like him, right? His passive gives extra health to the team. And now I'm gonna say, why don't we put three categories for this video? Luxury probably should have, and then the other ones is like you probably really, and then at the top one you really have to do for this team to work correctly, right?
Okay.
So Adam, he has basically 2 luxuries that I've done, and then even his passive is kind of a very nice, very helpful, efficient But it's I don't because it gives him extra health. I don't think it's a must though. I don't.
It doesn't
think,
give the entire team health though, right? It's just him. I mean, most of his passive is just him, right?
No. It does the whole team.
It's the rest of the team.
Yeah, gain 30%
Okay,
on
okay.
Infinity
So
Watch
I'm
allies.
remembering something wrong then. Okay.
So they gain armor and gain health. So it goes from 20 to 30 right here.
Is that the T4 though?
The T4,
that gives it extra health. Okay.
Yeah, extra health and armor. I don't know about armor, but health for sure. Anyways, I think that's a good one. Now let's go to Moondragon. Now, her passive is in that very, very good category also, where she gives extra focus and resistance to the team. And then Meditation Wave is I think this is one of the better T4s because it reduced speed bar goes from 30% to 50%, and that really helps in controlling the match, especially the mirror match. It's a very good.
You convinced me on this one. This is a good one. I like this one.
Now, as far as ISO-8, the whole team striker with the exception Nebula, a skirmisher.
Ooh, you went hard for her striker, I'm seeing.
I think this is a mistake. I'm not really thrilled about striker on Moondragon. And
you like the healer better on her?
I think healer. Here's the thing. I think there's a case to be made for striker, and if you're already pot committed to striker, I think the case to switch it back to healer or to switch it to healer is probably not worth it. But if I was to do it over, I think I would do healer.
What is the reason for that? She gets more benefit from the active healing.
Yeah.
Her basics not as good.
Her kit? Well, first of all, her basic doesn't even attack sometimes. Her basic doesn't even attack sometimes. So then you don't. What are you going to need the striker for? It doesn't even. And then these right here, there's healing, and so might as well have the healer tag, right? Right, heal all allies, and then right here, this is just so she definitely probably, especially as a solo character, and if you're going to think about using her individually in let's say raids, for example, you definitely want healer on her. But there have been certain situations where the triple attack skirmisher combo, striker skirmisher has paid off. But it's few and far. I wish I would have done healer. I'm going to continue on striker until I can't take it anymore. Sunk cost fallacy. Good money after bad.
I pulled bad red stars on hers. So I think I went striker, just hoping that the basic would stuff. Not even looking at on MSF.gg, but healer makes a little more sense looking at her kit now.
Healer is, I believe, the correct one. But we'll see. I'm the jury's out. It's not worth changing. I think both are good, and I think if you haven't picked, I would go healer. All right, Gamora. Do whatever you want on Gamora. Everything.
Max.
And none of them are really like needed ones. They're all like just nice, and they're all because of Gamora is Gamora, right? And so the team works fine without these. I think her basic is probably the most appealing to me because it does so much extra damage, and of course Striker, and then Nebula. I think.
Wait, hold on. Can we go back to Nebula? I mean Gamora real quick. Mm-hmm. I see you got 6 red stars on her. I could kind of see it right behind my picture there. Is this a character at this point, seeing how the Infinity Watch is, would you invest those promotion credits to get that 7th red star on her? Is she that valuable?
If I was losing on offense in the mirror match in Arena, I would pull the trigger. But I'm not. Okay.
Not as of now. No.
I'm not. Okay. Yeah. So in general, this is a great topic. Okay, so I have her at 6 red. In general, people will ask me, should I take XYZ character to 7? And my answer is you shouldn't take any character to 7 with gold promotion credits.
Is there any exceptions though? Are there any
the exception was Thanos a year ago.
Now
1 year ago, a year ago.
Now though,
not now, no. And the exception, okay. And let me give you the logic behind it is that Thanos dominated the arena and he actually helped people hold on defense better. And so that same type of conversation is happening today with Gamora. When I feel like Gamora needs to go to 7, I probably make a video. But right now, I'm good at keeping her at 6. And I haven't had anybody. I haven't had a top top 1,000 player in the game message me and say, hey, I really like my 7 red Gamora. I haven't had anybody say that. Until somebody makes like a convincing case for a 7 red Gamora, I'm not going to recommend it. Now, there's 3 characters that I highly, highly, highly recommend at 6. Are you ready? Gamora. You already know.
Kestrel, Silver Surfer.
Yeah. So I think there's 3 no-brainer characters at 6 red right now. Gamora, Kestrel, Silver Surfer. And I wish I had higher reds on Phyla, but, I'll spend the promotion credits and take her to 5. Will I take her to 6? I don't know. We'll see. She seems interesting at 6 also. But the jury's out on that. I will get back to you. She probably would be my 3rd pick right now, would be Phyla. Anyways, Nebula. Okay, so this is not needed, Mayhem. But this right here, exploit weakness, is probably the most important. Probably one of the top 2 or 3, if not the most important T4 on the team, because her assist mechanic is what fuels the skirmisher striker combo, and this basically pushes her assist chance up. I don't think the team would work correctly without this T4. Where a lot of these other T4s are just nice. I don't think the team works correctly without this T4. Exploit weakness.
Definitely wouldn't have enough damage. It still would have some protection, but the damage
you're not going to get this
severely be reduced.
Yeah, so your Gamora attacks, you don't get the assist from Nebula, and then you don't get the second attack from Gamora. It's a big deal. It's a huge amount of damage. Pound for pound, probably the best T4 on the entire team. This one here, I don't know if I would want refunded if I could. We both
got some weird ones on Nebula, man.
Yeah, Mayhem not so useful. The reason why I did this was I was struggling in before Adam Warlock came out. There were these I was going up against a 6 red Kestrel and a 7 red Kestrel constantly in arena and in RTA, and I had to. This T4 allowed me to burst down the Kestrel before the Kestrel went and potentially deleted either Gamora or Nebula, which it was really horrible. But that was a decision made pre Adam Warlock, and so it helped then, and I don't think it's doing anything now. All right. It absolutely helped me a lot.
I made a mistake on the basic. Don't do that one either.
Oh, basic is garbage, by the way.
Don't do that, guys. Don't do that one. I didn't read what it did on MSF. I just assumed. Don't do that.
Okay, let's talk about why that's garbage, because this
it doesn't do the percent.
Does it? Okay. Yeah. So I know a lot of people are like, oh wow, 5% target max health gets boosted up to 10%. Guess what? Her basic her assist when she's doing the assist with the skirmisher combo, when she's assisting, is only 3%. And then when you put the T4, it does nothing. It boosts the piercing up 2%, and it goes from 90% speed up to 100% speed up. It basically is a useless. It's not that great of a T4. I
was lazy. Didn't go to MSF.gg, check it out, and it didn't pay off. So don't do what I did.
Well, the problem too is that this assist counter information is not available in game. It's only available on MSF.gg. So there's no way of knowing unless you go to the website. Like logically, I think I'm going to say a lot of these people that did this T4 probably just saw that the 5 goes to 10, and they assumed that was also helping on the assist counter, and it just doesn't. Anyways,
I'm glad you had that ready.
Yeah. Anyways, let's move on to Phyla-Vell. Phyla, I have her at 4 reds. I really want to take her to. She's going to 5 immediately, and then I may take her to 6. Now her passive is also in that same. I think her passive and Nebula's passive are the 2 to start with.
Number 2, yeah.
Yeah, because this is going to boost the drain amount up to. It goes from like 30 to 20. I don't know, but it boosts the drain amount. Not that number right there, but this the drain when they have death proof. It's a big deal. So. It's a good T4. This here is just a luxury one for extra damage, and I might even do her basic someday. I'm probably going to do her basic soon.
I did the ultimate looking at what the T4 actually does, not paying attention to cooldowns.
Yeah.
The T4 is cool, but you never use this move because the cooldowns are so high.
Well,
so
it's a good
take that into account as well. Don't just read
what it does. It's a good T4 for raids. It's a good T4 for raids, because then it's 2 turns instead of 1 turn.
Yeah, but then you can't use her on a full team. In the Doom raids, you can't use her full team.
And then I'm considering this 2 turns offense down on her basic, because I often end up saving this right here if there's no negative effects on the team, like ability block or whatever. And sometimes I'll just do this, and if I can get the offense down to stick, if their file is already gone, sometimes putting that on Gamora is great. Anyways, we'll see. It's an interesting T4. Anyways, those are, most of the stuff I'm doing right now in the game is centered around Infinity Watch. I think we had to upgrade X Factor and Jubilee for Adam Warlock, which is great, right?
Yes.
And then I feel like everybody, I've been pushing very hard to get the peak characters done for the Doom Raid, and that's already done. Like, there's certain characters that work well in the Doom Raid, and we've just been spending time doing that. Anyways.
So, all right, so that does make sense that you're working on War, because you're done with Doom, you're done with Arena, now you're working on War. I'm assuming your offense is good, so yeah, working on Heroes for Hire makes sense. Your offense, and now you're working on defense.
Yeah,
so that's the exact order that I work on teams on as well.
Yeah, I think. Say that one more time, because I think it's such an important thing.
Arena first, then make sure you have your raid set, then War offense, then War defense. And then you should have something good for real-time Arena for that. But those are your major game modes, and that's the order that I recommend.
Yeah,
we both have been using that order for a long time.
I think it's the correct order. Well, at first, and also, Arena is 5 characters, right? And that's where you get your crystals and things like that, right? And then those 5 characters are usually good everywhere, anyways, right? And then the raid team. Now, raid team back in the day was 5 characters. Well, now raid team
for both raids.
Right now it's 25 characters, right? And so those
Doom, and then maybe more when you're taking Gamma. So because there's specific lanes that not even those can go to.
Yeah, and ideally you want these 25 raid characters to also be your Dark Dimension 4 characters, right? So like if you haven't finished Dark Dimension 4, and you're probably Dark Dimension 4 characters would be just as important as your raid characters. Would you agree?
There's going to be a lot of overlap if I had to pick one over the raids is once a day. The Dark Dimension is once or twice throughout the lifetime of your account. So I'd say raid is a little more important because that's a daily thing, but you're gonna have a lot of overlap.
And then you have offense on War, which is 10 teams. So that's 50 characters, right? That's a lot of characters. And then defense is not trash. Defense, you can do it eventually, right? Defense is 8 teams, and then I guess in theory that's going up to 10 teams. Maybe in a month or so.
Potentially, we'll see what they keep and what they change from
the
playtest.
Anything else you want to see on my roster?
No. It seems like what you're building is just Infinity Watch, War defense. Let's take a look at. Has there any big major changes to your save squads?
Okay. First, this is just for War only, right? So this is my most powerful team.
Now, are these duplicated for Blitz as well?
All right, no, this is Blitz. So this is Blitz. This is the only one that I have set up for War.
Just that one.
Everything else is just Blitz, and it's kind of annoying. We need tabs bad.
Oh my goodness. Hopefully that's some surprise in 5.5, man.
Okay. Yeah, and so we got. I think these first 3 teams are they're just basically faction-based teams. There's nothing controversial here. Everything is
pretty
cookie
cutter.
And I think everybody does this. Namor with now in
at least for Blitz,
for Blitz. Now in War, very important. Rhino in the middle for that, and then the bros, Shatterstar and Longshot on the either side, and then them on them. So I do Rhino in the middle, and then the bros.
Oh, I like that. And avoiding the blinds.
Yeah, to avoid the blinds if you go up against that Magneto Doom team. That is not an easy battle, by the way. I know it goes sideways a lot. I've posted that video about how to do that match a bunch of times, but it doesn't always go well. Punch across. You know what I'm talking about? The Magneto Doom team.
Yeah. That's not fun.
So Rhino counters the blinds, kind of. Blitz team in War. Elsa comes out for Hela, and that goes up against Wave 1 Avengers.
Loki or Scarlet Witch?
I don't do Loki. I keep Scarlet Witch. She can extend if you can land the blind on Thor and extend it, or the stun on Hulk and extend it. It's pretty much good game. It's a lot of people have been running Coulson. That's a different match a little bit, and that match is kind of tricky because of the way Hawkeye does turn meter removal, and if he does turn meter removal on Mordo, Sometimes the Hulk will taunt before Mordo can stun the Hulk. The main thing is you
Yes.
gotta stun Hulk with Mordo. You focus on Thor, and then when Mordo's turn is, you stun Hulk, and then you spread everything. Hopefully the blind lands on Thor.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that matchup sometimes gets weird with that turn meter because the turns are different depending on what he
It
does.
plays differently almost every time.
Yeah.
This believe it or not, this team just deletes Sinister Six. My God, it just deletes Sinister Six.
Yeah.
This is used for Blitz, but in War, I will take out She-Hulk and Torch, and I will put in Ultron and Namor.
Okay.
This
Wait,
is
which are you using on defense? A lot of the traditional ones like Doc Ock, Sinister Six, Fantastic Four, that people put on defense, you're using on offense. So I'm curious what your defense teams
my
are.
defense, I'll make a separate video about it because I have
Okay,
to go into
well,
I have to go into
that'll
the
be too long.
screen,
Let's
and
keep
that's
going.
I have to make a separate video about my defensive
right.
teams. Yeah, I probably will do that for tomorrow.
Okay.
And then so then this is on defense without Pyro, and I've got Doom. So basically,
Okay.
Doom and those four. I actually am running this on defense right now too with Coulson and Ms. Marvel. Basically, no Karnak, no Quake, and I'm running Coulson and Ms. Marvel. This is for Blitz only, and I do all kinds of things with Hydra.
Okay.
I've been seeing a lot of people putting Hydra 2.0 Red Skull minions back on defense, but I'm not doing that. But there's a lot of things to do with this. There's a Merc counter. There's Zemo sometimes gets pulled into a legendary soup, if you will, to counter Heroes for Hire. A lot of things like that. Okay, trash. Don't use this team in War. It's garbage.
Okay. I got Falcon on a different team that kills the Mercs. Not the
Okay.
Mercs, the Brotherhood Doom combo.
Okay, and then I use this on defense. I take out Storm and I put in Ghost on defense.
Okay.
Okay, so I pulled
down.
Emma for offense, right? Which is kind of interesting because I need Emma for Heroes for Hire counter, which may unwind here soon. But I basically have two solid counters for Heroes for Hire, Infinity Watch and a legendary soup it's got every good character in the game, which is like Doc Ock, Emma, Nick Fury, Kestrel, and Silver Surfer, and it's like just it's like always this like 800k team versus 500k.
Yeah.
You just got to do what you got to do. I'm not sure that this team should be on defense at all. I almost feel like I did a 300k punch up because the team is not the same without Emma on defense. I'm just not even sure it's worth doing anymore. Like it just seems so bad. Like if I could find a better use for like Mr. Sinister and Strife with like maybe Blob or something like that, that would make me happy. Like I want, because I don't think they're good on defense. When you remove Emma from this team, it just doesn't do anything, and Shadowlands runs over it. Anyways, that's for another time.
At your level, I think you're definitely right. But for me, sometimes I see Sinister Strife. I'm like, oh, Marauders. I got to take it a big team. I'm like, oh crap, I didn't need that. They don't have Emma.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that's the value of someone not noticing that Emma's gone and taking a big team. But
Okay.
I think at your level, people pay attention and they'll not overpower it.
So, and then this right here is my Blitz team right here. But my War team is up here at the top, and I use this for mercenaries, and it works well against mercenaries. There's a specific kill order. You got to be. I like that match plays differently a little bit each time. I've done bunches of videos on that also, but I'm finding that to be more reliable than X Factor against mercenaries for sure. It seems like X Factor doesn't scale well, specifically if you can't drop somebody below 50%, the match can go sideways. This team is not being used anywhere. Thor's on Wave 1 Avengers, Hela's on offense with Supernatural, Hella Natural, and then the rest of the three are on the bench in War. This team is garbage. Oh my god, I don't know what to do with this. I saw you. Okay, I think this is the part of the video where you can compare your roster and my roster. This team will win in 8 sometimes, but and I know you put Kestrel here, but I'm going to show you a team that always wins in 8 with Kestrel later. Okay, this team wins.
So hold on. That's a 5-16. Sometimes wins. I'm curious what your score is with the Kestrel team,
Okay,
because that
no,
does
but
matter.
this
That
team
does affect the Blitz
wins.
score.
I have to. Okay, look at. So like when I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm tired and I can't be bothered to like avoid, like good teams, it loses.
Yeah.
But if when I'm focused and I bypass that team and come back to it later, it wins. Like
Okay.
I can have a 33 win rotation all the time if I do it correctly.
It seems like it's getting harder and harder to do because all these upgraded characters.
Infinity
and
Watch is
synergized
really throwing
teams
it
that you're
off. Yeah.
seeing.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so yeah. Anyways, this team, I don't have a problem with this team. This team actually does fine.
8.3, no problem.
8.3. As long as I pick my matches, right? I want to say 80%. 80%. All right. As long as I'm careful. This team right here, 80% also.
Auto.
Also 80%. Yeah. Like these teams were like 80%. This is garbage. This is another team that's just garbage. Like, and it's like 50%. Gotta pick it.
Even good matchups that team loses
Oh
sometimes.
God, it's garbage.
What the
Yeah,
heck?
it's garbage. This team wins. You just got to be picky. Pick a right match. It wins. This team also wins. This team also wins. Yep. This is garbage. This is my okay. So basically, when I say that I have one team that never wins, it's this one right here. This team is maybe off after this video. Maybe we can talk about making this team work. I'm finding that this is my drop down team. And it wins in 8.1 if I'm picky, 8.2 if I'm picky, 8.3, 20% of the time. It just doesn't win. And
I got no consistency from that team either.
I'm ready to dumpster this team right now. So
7s, I got no consistency sometimes in that team.
Okay, so teams that I'm really happy with. Really happy with that.
Okay.
Really happy with that. Really happy with that.
Okay.
Really happy with that. Yeah, those are like
that's not bad. That's not bad. You got some good tech synergy there too.
Yeah, this is a tech team, and I don't know, man. It's just like there's cosmic synergy technically, right?
I get it. I'm just looking at the scores that team is gonna score. I know it's an auto win.
All right.
And I'm trying to decide: is it better to get the auto win, or is it better to get the higher score? So
I don't know.
I see what you're doing. I like it.
And then also happy with that team there. Garbage.
Oh, and Baku's not trash. I love it.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yay.
And then this team is temperamental and this last team is super temperamental. So like they win sometimes. You know what I mean? But you gotta pick your place. And I'm happy. I mean, my Blitz scores are, I think Blitz is about roster size than anything else. I mean, there's a lot of margin for error. If I push, I finish top 100. If I'm lazy and I miss rotations, I'm in the top 1%. But I like if I want to get in the top 100, I can. If I'm diligent about it. You know what I mean? But how often do you want it? It's only when you want to get the 4 red star on a launch character.
That's the only difference, because the character shards don't make a difference in top 100, top 1%.
Yeah, top 1. But I can miss multiple rotations. Like I can do 6 a day, 7 a day, and not have to worry about it.
I think most global launch-ish type players are able to.
It's not fair. I understand it's not fair, but
if you set alarms on your phone and get all 8, I think that's possible.
Here we go. Okay, so head over
down here.
Any thoughts before we send them over to your video?
No, I like what you did. There's some differences with your roster, some similarities, and I think we have different reasonings for what we did at our rosters. So, I like what you did. I don't have any disagreements.
Okay. Head over to Valley Flying's channel where I complain about his T4s that he did on his Infinity Watch. And it's a what'd you do?
Goodness, you did some weird ones as well. I didn't complain that much either. So
you were much nicer to me than I was on yours. I was like, what are you thinking? Why'd you do that one? No, I get why you did it.
We didn't shoot them back to back. I might have been more
but anyways,
challenging towards you.
Yes, right. Well, at least the thing is someone's going to be able to watch and see like, I'm not really happy with this one. Yeah, this one worked out fine. I mean, it's like, so that people don't make the same mistakes. I think like that striker.
Let us make the mistakes. Don't make the mistakes.
Right?
Let us make the mistakes.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching and keep on gaming. Bye. Head over to Valley. Woo!